that is pretty cool. You can double click on your token, and it pulls up like a little character sheet.
Yeah. You can probably roll from that if you wanted to, but I think beyond 20 is probably easier. Cool part with this too is in Foundry, I can import all the details of your character directly from D&D Beyond. And so when you level up, I click a button and it just updates everything. Unlike Roll20, which there is no such integration.
I'm at that landing page, and it just says, below the access key, it just says loading.
You're at it, and below it, you see loading.
Yeah, I think that's where I would hit join or something. I don't think it's my connection. I think it has something to do with Foundry.
Here, let me give you a different URL to go to, and you can try this. Try that.
I'm back.
Okay, yeah, that one has join game session.
Okay.
White, say.
Still loading?
Yes.
I found if I click to map and then click back, that would trigger something. So you might try that.
Oh.
Yes, that works.
There you go.
Weird. I don't understand why.
This is still kind of in beta, so we're dealing with that. All right. Yeah, Voog, if you want to roll your initiative. Does your Echo get an initiative?
No, it's
okay, just yours. Okay. So I will remove it from initiative order.
And I guess I would have been up next to you guys.
Yeah.
So I can select things, but
Not move your token?
but I can't move it.
Alright, hold on 1 second. Let's try something. Did it hop you back? It did not. You never went to introduction, did you? Yeah, but not Andrew.
What do you mean introduction?
Did you go back to like the orc with the
that
blue
landing, that first page?
Yeah.
I went. It just brought me. I went to map, and then I came back to first map.
Got it. So you did not get taken there. Just a second.
All right. I mean, I can move your character for now. You can try another refresh, see what happens.
Oh no, I just did a refresh before that. I'll just let you move it for now.
All right.
You can see it though, right?
Yeah, put me up to next to Korvac.
There you go.
You see it now? Did you see it move?
Oh no.
Interesting.
All right. That's trouble.
Are you streaming?
I am.
You could stream it. You could view the stream and mute it. It would
Okay.
delayed like 5 seconds.
Except he sees everything then.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that.
Here. I'll stream it in Discord.
All right.
Okay.
Try a different browser too.
That's the other option.
Do you have the map background's animated, right?
This one is not.
The-
There are some
at the
resources
river?
on here that are. I can delete those
I
to
see.
see if that's causing
It
performance
help.
issues.
It might help. It'd be a good test.
Yeah, let me try. I'm going to get rid of those animated assets.
How come on Cody is it they don't show us tokens?
So I was saying earlier, like, no one has tokens.
Oh, you just
It's
see
just-
names?
it's
well,
little,
I guess we can see in Discord.
It's little hoods.
Yeah. Dave, go to...
Yeah,
Discord.
checking.
So I
that's
had
bizarre.
the opportunity to set an avatar, but it didn't seem like I needed to. But token...
Like, from the beginning, Shul and Dudagog didn't have one. And after he refreshed the page, like when he went over and back, then me and Gat both lost them.
Weird.
Well, I apologize. Not much I can
My
do about
movement
it.
works, yeah. I mean, you can still tell who we are. You can see the health, but that is another artifact. All right.
All right, so
Um,
we've got initiative, and we're going to be in combat. And one of the whites gets to go first. And
The dead walk.
he crawls out from this thing with a longbow, and he points it at Dudagog and fires his longbow. .22
That'll hit.
for 8, and then he does it again. 18.
That also hits.
Wait, sorry, that was the wrong weapon. Wrong weapon. 21 for 6.
So that's 14 total.
And then
That's
it's
what I get
going
for being
to
curious and running up front.
head up to here. And that's its turn. Gat, you're up.
Alrighty, I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade. Which I don't know what it's gonna do. If I sit. Okay. Not actually hitting anything with it. I'm just casting it. So
Okay.
the tattoos on his right arm kind of slither down his hand, and a blade of shadow forms at the end of his hand. And since they are firing bows, I am not going to stay out in the open, but I will move to there. Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15. I'll go that far and toss a firebolt at the one closest.
Okay. That is a definite hit. And it
And
does
then I
not
will
resist
duck.
any of that.
And I will try to...
Yep, so you have cover behind that. And is that your turn?
And that's it.
Alright. Voog.
How far away are they? Can you like do a thing? That's actually a lot of squares.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, that's
40 some odd feet.
I'll go put my main person just one square north of Gat. And then put my Echo
Yep.
as far out towards that first white as it can move.
So it can move 30, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that. Whoops. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Everything's moving. That's a cool spell.
Yeah, that's not intended. Alright.
And then my main person's gonna dodge.
Okay. Main person is dodging. And Dudagog.
Did the white go away for everyone else too? He was over here somewhere.
I never saw him.
Yeah, he was over here. Somewhere.
Shul's in the dark. Oh, I see him now.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna spit out some orcish curse and cast dissonant whispers on that thing. Cause that back. If I can get my spells to work, come on.
Okay. DC 14 wisdom save. And he's got nothing special for that. He fails and takes the 9 psychic damage. Is there another effect from that?
He has to use his reaction to move as far away from me as he can.
Lovely. Alright.
And I am going to move away from him as well.
So his reaction would be now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he moves back. And Shul, right? Is that your turn, Dudagog?
Alright, Shul's gonna move 10 feet up to here. Still don't see anything. 15 feet, still don't see anything. Should I be seeing anything?
Nope.
Okay. 20, 25, I now see 1. 30, I see 2. Gonna cast Spike Growth. Right here.
Alright. And so creature moves into or within it, it takes damage. Creature can't see it at the time, but they are in it, so they would see it happening. So, okay.
So they take damage, yeah. Now and, well...
Not now, but by the looks of it.
Their turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
And that's Shul's turn.
Alright.
I can do that for you, right?
Yep. So now, the next white. When a creature moves into or within it. So it doesn't move, but it is going to fire its longbow at Shul. And it misses, and it tries again. 18.
18 hits.
For 4.
Make a concentration save with advantage. Got it.
And that's its turn. Gorbag.
So what was it? Control? Here. Can't see anything.
So you can see Shul looking in this direction. You can see the outline of the spikes too, maybe.
Yeah, he can see the outline of the spikes. From the spell.
Oh. Okay, what is the range of a short bow?
Dig the music here.
You should be good on short sword range.
Yeah, he's gonna take a shot at the creature from here. That's 10.
So a 10 on the white. So your arrow flies by it, sticks into the statue of Ilnaval in the back. It's a powerful shot.
And I'll move there and bonus action hide.
Oh my gosh, we have aggressive.
Oh yeah, I forget about that.
Dude.
I completely forgot.
Wait, what is aggressive as a bonus action?
Bonus action dash toward only.
Yeah.
Haha, I could bonus action dash anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll
It's
hide.
like adding on 30 feet. You don't get the.
Yeah, you couldn't bonus action hide and bonus action aggressive dash.
No, yeah, no, I know.
Right.
No, yeah,
So is that your turn?
I'm gonna try to hide here.
Okay.
I need to roll stealth. Or...
Yep. Roll stealth. You're hiding behind that pillar.
Yes.
So my take on hiding in combat, and you guys can tell me if you think this is fair, is that if you hide behind a pillar, they're probably going to know you're behind that pillar. If you hide behind a pillar and successfully stealth and then move, they have no idea where you are.
So if I were to spider climb up to the top of this, I might benefit from it.
That might actually work. Yes.
All right.
Which you could, because they're not connected to the ceiling. And you are very... I don't even think I need to roll for them. You're fine. Yeah. So that would be insight checks. And they
Still gonna roll anyway, though, just in
fail
case.
miserably. Yep, you're fine.
All right, white.
And... Oh, that's right, you hit it already. So this one is going to see Voog's double, fire at it with its longbow, now that it's effectively rooted. 20 for 3 on your double.
And it's dead.
Wow. That's interesting. So I have no concept of how your class works. This will be fun.
But I'm gonna bring you back out on my next turn.
And it... Does it... I'm going to say you have some degree of cover there, Shul. It's going to take a step.
It's the green one, though, isn't it? Or is it the injured one?
I
guess I
the
could
injured
hover
one.
instead.
So it's going to actually
Yeah.
take a step,
Move.
which means
Yeah.
it's going to...
Dex save, I think? Or no, there's no save on spike growth. It's just straight 2d4. Should I roll?
Yeah.
Straight 3.
Is it for every 5 feet that it moves, or is it just...
Yes, it's every 5
So it
feet
did
that moves.
2...
And it's difficult terrain.
So it moved 10 feet.
There we go. Rolling 3s all day.
What?
And it's now going to fire at you, Shul.
See
And
it.
7 and misses. So that's its turn. Gat, you're up.
Alrighty. Thanks for the reminder of the bonus action. Aggressive. What's the border of the spike growth? How do I figure that out myself?
Yeah, that's
Without
a
trying
good
to-
call. Is this safe here?
So if you hit the measurement tool, you should be able to mouse over his spike growth.
Okay. Oh, so that's the point
I
on
did
mark
that.
is not. That's not safe. If you hover over the, can you hover on it? I can.
I'm hovering on it now and I'm not seeing anything.
You don't see anything? Okay.
Yeah, it does a red outline.
Let me
for
see if I can
Do I have to
make
change it to one of the other tools?
Nah, it had to be the ruler tool. But that was it.
The measurement
L,
controls?
The L-shaped.
measurement controls, yep. And then
Yeah.
you
It's
don't.
defaulted to a circle template.
Can you see the outlet? Do you
I don't
see?
I see the
point
icon
right here,
in the
yeah.
middle. Doesn't do anything when I.
You don't do anything on hover.
Alright.
Okay.
So I can sort of...
Yeah, just put a
So here
border on it.
to here are affected.
And here's affected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not
Here's
affected. Yeah. This area is
Sorry.
not affected.
I'm gonna bring him out. Don't worry.
Alrighty. So let me do my movement first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That was the bonus action movement. And he's going in a way I didn't want him to go. Then I will go 5, 10, 15 of regular movement, and I will hold up my arm and fire the shadow blade off of my arm at it.
Nice.
Now the question is, how can I get that to actually work? I'm gonna roll it as a battle axe just for the to hit part, because I'm not sure. And we're in dim light, right?
You don't think it's just normal Shadow Blade to hit?
It is dim light.
It doesn't come in as a.
Oh, you don't have an attack roll. Got it.
Actually, there is no light. It's in darkness.
So, but it's fine. It still has advantage.
Yeah. Okay, so this is just rolling as the battle axe.
There you go.
And
So I'm assuming a 25 will hit.
yeah.
But the damage will
It
be
will do-
Shadow Blade damage.
2d8. Assuming I can learn to type.
6. Nice.
And that's psychic damage if it matters.
It does not. Okay.
And then I will continue moving. That's the rest of my turn.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Voog. You can finally play now, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Can you see the template now, by the way? Like
Yes.
the...
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I'm gonna leave the stream up just in case you, Dave, want to reference a player screen.
Oh, handy. Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you.
If we walk in this area, do we take damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
2d4. I can kill it.
Per square.
Well, this is I'll just put out I'll use my bonus action and then bring out my echo. Right here.
All right. Good. Oh, you're gonna move him.
No, I'm not gonna move. I don't think
Okay.
I can.
All right. That's your turn.
Yes.
So everyone knows in the combat tracker, if you have that popped out, you can end your own turn. Or I can do it for you. It doesn't make a difference. Due to God.
Oh wait, I think I can move him.
If you want to
If
retcon
I-
it, that's fine.
Yeah. I'll have him just move over to here. And then you said I can do something to end my turn.
Yeah,
Your
in the
turn's already
combat
over,
tracker. Yeah, it's already
At the
already
bottom of the
all set.
combat tracker, there's like an arrow thing that we can click only when it's our turn now. Gog is up now.
Oh, I see. You already like.
Are you done with your turn there, Voog?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use my aggressive. Get a little closer. And I think I can see these guys now, or at least a couple of them. See how far away I am. I got one more move, so I'll do that. And I will cast Bane on those two that I can see that are in the spike growth area.
Okay.
Do I need to target them or just
Nope. Just
click
go
on
ahead
buttons?
and
Okay.
Charisma saves.
There it is.
All right. So charisma save. The injured one passes, and the other one fails.
Fails.
And so whenever he makes an attack or a save, he's got to subtract a d4, right? Okay.
Yep.
And is that your turn?
That is my turn. Here, I'll hit the button.
Nice. Shul.
Alright, it worked.
Shul, what's the lightning icon? Is that your
concentration.
concentration? Okay.
Yeah. So Shul will move up to here. He's going to use Thorn Whip on the injured one.
Okay.
30 feet. Oh, I don't know. I might not have... Oh, hang on.
You're 5 feet short.
Is there a way for me to retcon? I don't know. I guess I couldn't move past Voog, so let's retcon me to there, which I think is 30. I thought it was 60. And roll that Thorn Whip on the injured one. 8.
It's a mess. The whip just kind of hits one of the rocks that are kind of in front of it from your growth.
He is going to break concentration on spike growth.
Alright. And the spikes recede into the ground.
Yep.
And that's your turn?
I guess I could bonus action aggressive. Right? That's a thing that orcs do.
Yeah, another 30 feet.
You're right there. That's my turn.
Alright. So this second white is now gonna come up to you. He dropped his longbow and he pulls out his longsword.
That's the baned one, right?
It's baned, yep.
Okay.
And it's going to try to attack you with his longsword. And it's not going to matter with the bane. And he's going to try again. And I don't know if that matters or not.
Miss. I'm 16. So
okay.
It's a miss.
And that's its turn.
Bane. Yeah.
Gorbag. By the way, you all picked amazing names.
You what?
You all picked amazing names.
Yeah, my picture and name definitely aren't both from the motion picture by Peter Jackson. How high is the pillar?
I'm gonna say it's 15 feet in the air, and that's where you're at, right? You're up you're up at the top.
No, I was still at the bottom. I didn't have any extra movement speed. So
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak 15 feet up to the top.
That's right.
My
You're hidden.
shoes allow me to have a climbing speed equal to walking speed.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump up on top, snarl, and shoot the bow at the one right behind the other whites.
All right.
And is this an advantage?
Yeah, you're not from where you were. Go ahead. Advantage.
A 23.
Not that you need it. And well, I guess you would for sneak though. Okay, so that is 14 total. And it's looking on death's door.
He will climb down his other 15 feet and bonus action dash or aggressive dash, doesn't matter.
Alright.
Drop his bow and pull out one short sword.
Okay. And that is the top of the round. And as that happens, another white digs itself out of the ground here and is added to initiative. So you see another one crawling out. Meanwhile, this injured one here is going to drop its longbow and move up and try to attack Shul with its longsword.
That's a hit.
It's a hit. 4, 12. And it's going to try again. 21 for 7. And that is its turn. The next white that just crawled out is going to also move up to Shul. And it's also going to attack with its longsword. 17.
It's a hit.
Oh boy. 5. And again. And it critically misses and swings and almost hits its friend.
Time to cutting words at 17.
Yeah, you can cutting words at 17.
Hey, wait. I might be too late, but weren't those other two baned?
One of them is.
Only one was banned. The wheat.
And it never hit.
The strong one. Yeah,
Oh.
This one here.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
We
the new
accounted
one.
for that one though, right?
Yep. We did.
So you're gonna cutting words. That's 17.
Trying to get good, and I'm just going really slow here for some reason.
No worries.
It's all good. It's new to all of us.
I'm gonna roll a d8. Can I just roll a d8?
Oh, a 1 will... Actually, no, I need a 2.
Just type
Yeah.
roll d8.
Yep.
Yeah,
Slash
sure.
roll 1d8.
Working in my roll 20 for some reason. What D&D
That's enough.
That's enough.
Thank you.
All right. So you get those 5 back.
Mhm.
And that's the white's turn. Gat, you're up.
Alrighty, I will move up. 5, 10, 20. And I will green flame blade the middle one.
Okay.
It's actually at advantage, but I don't know why it did that. So
Yeah, I think you had to
I think
do
I'm gonna have to
attack
try
roll.
to. I'm gonna have to
That's-
figure out some sort of fake weapon for my shadow blade. Let me do this. Okay, 17 to hit.
That's definitely a hit.
Let's see, it's gonna be 10 psychic.
And 1 fire on the middle, right?
It should be more than that because I'm 5th level. So it should do another D8 of fire, or is that already in that roll?
I think it's in there. It says...
Oh, but it
yeah,
didn't. It
at
didn't
first
add
level it
my spell
Yeah,
casting to the other one.
it did
Oh yeah,
to
it
the
did.
second one.
Okay, so yeah, so it took 10 psychic, 1 fire to the one in the middle, and then the jumping flame
Is the 3 to the which one? The north?
is
or
the 3 to the north one. Yeah.
and that drops the 1 to the north. And it is down. Which one's that? 1? Yep. 1's down. Nice. The green flame whips out and causes it to turn to dust in front of you. And now we're up to... Is that your turn? You gonna move? I don't know if you have any left.
I still have 15, but I don't necessarily want to provoke, so I'll stay where I am.
Alright, Voog, you're up.
Right. Echo's gonna move. It's 10, 15, 20 here. And I'm going to attack from it. For 27. For 15.
Alright, so you carve into it with your greatsword. And he's looking bloodied.
Then again, for 12.
And you slice as hard as you can, but it kind of ducks out of the way.
Okay, then I'm going to use my incantation thing. Okay, It's like I get 1 for every con modifier and extra attack from my echo. 25
That's a hit.
for 14.
Alright. And it's looking on death's door. As, you know, an undead can.
That's it.
Alright. Dudagog.
I will cast Healing Word 2nd level on Shul.
Healing word.
Whoa. Sure.
Does 8 points.
Good roll.
I'll just stay where I am for now.
Alright. Shul.
Shul's gonna throw down his staff and speak the command word, snack. And it creates a giant constrictor snake.
Where are you throwing that down?
Right here. Oh boy, that is giant. Alright, I lost my vision for a second. I'm trying to tab back. Okay, the snake has no vision.
Ah.
But that is the right place. That's a big snake.
That's a big snake. That is a big snake.
And that's Shul's turn. I think it needs its own initiative, or...
It's a good question.
Acts on its own initiative count.
Alright.
You want me to roll?
You
want to do it?
I got him.
You do it, yeah.
Next at 7. Alright.
That's fine. Okay, that's Shul's turn.
Doesn't look like white. Doesn't look like white 3's in the tracker.
Here. It is. It's up top. Do you not see it? Oh, you don't see it. Fixed.
Now I see it.
Okay.
I see him now.
Sorry. And it's now white 2's turn after Shul. You're done, Shul?
Oh, yes.
Alright. So Shul, so white 2 is going to reach out at you. $16
Just hits.
for 5 necrotic. Con save.
No, there's no concentration on the staff.
No, it's for the life drain.
Oh, I see. I should move my concentration. Oh, that's not good.
That's not good. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 5, the amount of damage taken. This reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest.
5 max. Alright.
Oh wait, yeah, that's all correct. That's all correct. Okay. And that's its turn.
Beyond 20.
Sneck is up. As soon as you figure out you're beyond 20. Sneck's ready.
I think I got it. Yeah, Sneck is going to attack. I need a giant constrictor snake. I think I have one of them here, actually. Click, clickety, click, click, click. He's going to try to constrict the one to the south. 13 for 9.
13's a miss. It dodges out of the way. Seeing this
Next
massive
turn.
thing behind it. Gorebag.
Question: do we have any kind of flanking rules, or is it like AL?
Nah, I don't know enough about flanking rules. Oh, you're looking for advantage, right?
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was
Gotta
something.
earn
like
it.
Yeah.
Gorebag is
Shadow
gonna run up,
Blades.
pull out his offhand short sword, and gonna take one swing at this guy.
At the white to the south.
A 14 for 14.
That does hit. And that is a healthy amount of damage. You jab into this thing's thigh. It seems quite uncomfortable.
Then he swings with his offhand at the one in the middle. A 20 for 7.
20 for 7. You can describe how it ends for this one if you'd like.
So he takes his right arm and slices through the gut of the first one, letting some dust and bugs drop out. He takes his offhand and just stabs it straight into straight like up under the jaw of this other white, and then popping his jaw loose.
Nice. Beautiful. Very poetic. Is that Gorbag's turn?
That is Gorbag's turn.
Alright, and so at the top of the round, another white crawls out and joins the fray. Boy, they have great initiative, these whites. And that would be his turn right away. Crawls out and pulls out its longsword. Walks up to Sneck, the giant snake in the middle of the room. Attacks with his longsword. 12. Does that hit Sneck? For 6.
Yep.
Then he's going to attack Sneck again. And he crits on Sneck for 12. Is that right? I guess so. And
can you manage the hit points there? Take 18 off?
Yeah. And that is its turn. And then the next white now standing is going to attack Gorbag, who's right in front of him. And he's going to try to life drain you. And he reaches out, tries to grab you, but misses. And Gat, you're up.
Alrighty. I will, I guess, circle around. I'll go that far. And let's see if my hastily constructed Shadow Blade will work. I'll do, it'll have Booming Blade on it.
Okay.
Let me roll a regular attack first to make sure this actually will work. So that was a D8 and another D8. Oh, but it didn't.
So is it advantage?
Oh yeah, it was +3. Yeah.
Shadow Blade is advantage in damage.
Yes. As long as it's not.
Oh my god.
I have advantage.
You're going to have a fun time on this particular adventure. Okay. So that is definitely a hit, and that's for the 8. Is that all correct?
Yeah, 8. It'll all be psychic, and then.
That's one against the white.
So then. Yeah. And then there'll be a extra D8 thunder.
For booming.
Just, and then if it moves.
And if it moves, it's suffering more. Doesn't look like he's going to have many opportunities for that. All right.
Nope.
Is that your turn?
I don't think I need to do anything else. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So Voog and his Echo.
The Echo's going to move right here.
Yeah, I'll move out of the way.
It's going to attack with a great weapon. He's going to attack with the feet. So this is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yep, that crushes him.
Oh, I said 22. Sorry, 19. I think it's 19. 19 hit.
Yeah, that
It's
hits.
like a sharpshooter kind of thing.
Is that what that is?
And then
Great.
23.
Is that great weapon mastery? So minus 5 plus 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get that in game too, right? Didn't we figure that out for Kobold's sharpshooter?
In D&D Beyond, yeah. I made something custom though. So the white is on death's door, so to speak.
For after 23?
After 23, yes.
Then this is gonna be a.
Okay.
Then he's going to just hit him again with a normal attack. 16.
That is a hit. And you probably don't even have to bother. You can describe what happens.
It's a white.
Yeah, that's what you were hitting, right?
Yeah. So the sword's just gonna come down from the above and straight down and cleave it into two as it falls to pieces.
Nice. I'm just gonna move him out of the way. And is that your turn?
And then I'm going to move it over to here. Bonus action attack.
Oh boy.
With a, this will be a great weapon hit. So, oh, that's 14.
14 does connect.
For 22.
Nice.
Wow. So it's looking bloodied as far as whites go, undead.
And then I need to move my main guy or my echo disappears. So I'll just move him over here.
Interesting. So the echo does all the combat, huh?
It can. It doesn't have to. It's just an option to. It has 17 AC and 1 hit point, and immune to conditions. If at the end of the turn it's more than 30 feet away from me, it disappears. So it's like an extension of myself.
Got it. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, and if you've seen Pitch Black too, the Chronicles of Riddick, that's how I imagine him when I ever swap places with him.
Nice.
That's how I imagine it's gonna be.
Do to God.
Yeah,
Gonna move a little bit so I can get eyeballs. This other white, and I'm gonna yell out, "You weak like elf baby!" Just like it.
Awesome. Like elf, baby.
DC
All right.
14.
It proves to be weak like elf, baby. And
6 psychic.
6 psychic, and doesn't it? No. Is this the one that has to run away? No.
Disadvantage on its next
Yeah.
attack.
I always get them confused. Okay.
Disadvantage on its next.
Nice. Anything else?
All right.
That's it. I'll click the button. There we go.
All right. Shul's gonna come up and Thorn Whip. 8 for 10.
That's a miss.
Rolling well tonight.
The whip just misses.
And then Sneck, who I think is
Oh.
up next,
Sneck is up next.
is going to. Yeah, he's gonna try to constrict it. 17 for 12.
That is successful, and you can describe
It is
how
grappled.
it
It
dies.
just like crushes it into a bunch of white parts, and they like look sharp and painful, but Sneck is not bothered. And then Shul says dismisses Sneck, and it like materializes back into this raw wood staff. He picks it up.
Nice. And Sneck is gone, and this white is dead. All right. So.
Are these like orc whites?
Good question.
So, they're not. They've been held up here for some time, but they do not appear to be orc whites. Something that may have adventured in here in the past and took up residence underneath this broken altar that was once consecrated to Ilnaval.
You should pull out arrow. It's good luck now.
That's right. There's an arrow stuck in the statue. So you can, from where you're at, you're all sort of close to the altar. You can kind of see where they came out of. There's like a hole in there. and if any of you reach your hands in there, I can tell you what's in there.
I would.
All right. So you reach your hands in, you start rummaging around. It's awfully dark, but you kind of make out 2 vials of holy water and a ruby brooch worth 125 golds. Yeah, and so you feel as if though you're in a special place. And from where you're at currently, you can see a doorway to the south that's closed, a doorway to the north also closed, and over to the east, some of you have seen and maybe still see another doorway right around here, and to
Very dark in here.
to the
There was a door with the book behind it. We came from the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This door to the south.
Yep.
Probably isn't a big area.
So, Gorbag, you see a figure on the head that you kind of recognize. There's like a figure on the, or an embossed face on the door up to the north here, and it's got like a mouth on it. And as you kind of look closely at it or approach it, Gorbag, it says to you, "When faced with glory, fortune, or faith, what do you choose?"
All 3, except no substitutes.
And the door swings open.
Did I remember that there was a torch in the lower room?
Say that
It was
again?
lit.
Yeah, was there like a lit torch somewhere?
There was light emanating from an alcove. Not a torch, but just the alcove itself was somehow lit.
Do we could we light a torch and like
Yep.
add some illumination?
Anybody can if they have one. And I think Shul
think we have
does. So you want to light a torch?
I have a candle. That's not much light.
Just to light up the area more.
Alright, so
I'd like to
Shul
see.
lights a torch.
Alright. Does that just follow me around? Looks like it does.
And that's
So I
active
can't
for the
see any
next hour.
further. Can I see any further? I don't think so. It's
No.
just brighter where I am.
Yeah.
40 feet of bright now.
Got it.
Because it's actually shedding 40 feet of dim, but to you that's bright.
But I
When
already
he-
have, I think, the radius. So if you extinguish it, I just want to see if it's the same, effectively. I'll turn it back off.
It would be... you have a longer radius with dark vision than
Yeah,
it has.
So you turn it off. Nice.
So when
Yeah.
he lights his torch,
All of you should see further.
Gorbag will put his hand up to the fire. Does it produce heat?
Shul's
I
torch?
think it does. It's
Yes.
it's an old-fashioned natural torch.
Interesting. It does produce heat, but perhaps it's not as hot as you would expect it to be, let's say.
Okay.
To retcon that
Oh.
a little bit. You don't burn.
Right. So you put your hand over the torch and
Yeah.
realize it doesn't burn you.
He kind of looks at his hand and twirls his fingers. There's probably most definitely more dead walking nearby.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
That's pretty amazing.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's why I lit it, guys. I'll put the torch out.
You gonna put it out?
Yeah, definitely. I
Okay.
think. I mean, do we want a torch? Like, would that help? I feel like it hurts us actually with Shadow Blade and with stealth. So let's put it out.
All right. So you put
Yeah,
the torch
we can
out.
Still see.
That was still handy though. So in your inventory, subtract the torch, And
come on now. Come on.
you lit it. It's gone. All right, north, south, east. You have 10.
Do we want to explore the doors we've opened?
There was a door down over in the south.
Sure wants
west
to
corner,
check
right?
that out. Yeah, let's do south first,
Okay.
and then we'll figure out what's next. Either southeast or northeast or north.
I'm curious about that alcove, but we could check this room first.
I want to look at those books
Alright.
over there too.
So you open this door, Shul, and you see it's also lit. There seems to be some lighting source in here that's making it brighter than elsewhere. It's a faint light, but to you that makes it kind of bright in these directions. To the east and the west, you see some sarcophagi, I suppose. And there's a wall, like a half wall, in between you and them.
Yeah.
And you feel that this is pretty powerful. This is a powerful place that you've walked into.
All right. Let's show our respects and just take a step back, maybe.
Okay.
Well,
So
do we think
sure.
it's an orc burial ground?
Could be. Like, do we get that vibe?
Yeah, you definitely did. These were big graves, which would be fitting. And they were very elaborately decorated. And if you spend a little more time in there, you might be able to identify
Right.
where
Sure.
you're at.
So identify in there. Okay.
Gorebag is curious.
So,
Being yard.
we're
See if
back.
there's any names I recognize.
Shul casts Gus, and there's like a faint blowing back out of this room that fills the air.
Okay. So you start to realize as you kind of look around the room, Gorbag, that this room once held services in respect of powerful orc warriors and leaders whose bodies are sealed in these tombs. And unlike standard orcish funeral services, which usually involve immolation or a traditional burial, these highly respected members of society were interred here so that their spirits would remain in the world for guidance and leadership. And as you kind of make this realization, you see the spirits materialize, and they look angry, but they don't appear to attack you outright. Like, they're not charging at you, but they seem upset. And you kind of recognize also whose tombs these must belong to. So the one towards the north here is clearly the Tome of Ganache, the Tusk of the North. And all of you would know this name. This was a druid of immense power who could channel pure frozen rage of northern blizzards, and was rumored to be permanently coated in primal ice, and he wielded this great club called Frostshock that was carved from the heart of a very ancient glacier. And you can see this wraith that is just furiously moving over its tomb, and you are starting to think that might be Ganache. Also, to the west, you see a banshee, but as you study the tomb around, you recognize this to be the tomb of Urtriel, the primal scream. And Urtriel led raid after raid with her clan of skilled warriors. Time and time again, they clashed with and annihilated elves and humans alike, pushing back those that would encroach upon sacred orc lands. She and her troops would emit terrifying primal screams for the entire duration of battle, sowing panic and discord among their foes. And she's a banshee now. And over to the east, you see Clank's tomb, the defiler of wizards. In life, Clank reputedly had extreme desire to find and eliminate any wizard among the enemy ranks. Some say that he could smell the magic, and demonstrated no small amount of glee when engaged in melee with an Arcanist. He has become a wraith, and they seem very distraught. And with that, can we take 5?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
Nice.
So did Shul cast Gust to create like ripples in their clothing? Is that what happened there?
Yeah, no, just trying to like a breeze, trying to like gently push us back. Like didn't exert any force.
Got it. That's cool.
Also, Dave Gorbag has sheathed his main sword, but is still holding his offhand. Just
Okay.
for purposes of in initiative.
Yep. Shadow Blade is pretty good.
So Treaty.
Treaty has that?
Be all about. No. She like the first session she had it. It's like, oh, I can get advantage all the time.
Right. Need that darkness though.
But then it occurred that she was a kobold, and she had advantage all the time from past.
Oh, got it. So it didn't matter so much.
Well, the good thing about shadow sorcerers is they can spend sorcery points to make a cast darkness that they can see.
Nice.
Yep.
Pretty tricky stuff.
Yeah. Tom, your mic is up.
Yeah, because I'm eating.
Me
I'm
too.
eating. Didn't want to make too much noise.
Me too. Yeah, so the high elf treaty is trying the darkness at some point combo.
Cool.
Darkness, Eldritch Sight, and shadow sorcerers get that as well.
Yeah, so our first combat was a little slow. We're all getting there.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, getting used to this. Hopefully. Well, plus we had issues. Everyone had a little bit of a technical issue getting in here, so.
Do we think removing the animations helped?
I have no idea.
I mean,
That's really all I
did
got
it.
in here for that anyways, so.
Yeah, something to be aware of.
The other problem is this map is absolutely massive, so that might be contributing, but we'll see. So far, seems like we've had a solid hour or more now. So let me know when everyone's back.
I'm back.
I think everyone. So, almost ready.
Phase 2 is ready.
So I think we're just waiting on Andrew.
I'm like hovering over the little thing in chat with the D20 plus modifier. Hover over it. It says situational modifier for D20, but the 4 is spelled F-U with the umlaut R.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, somebody, I believe that's an add-on I have going on too. So somebody. Alright, so Gorbag, you are in a room surrounded by the disturbed souls of heroes of all of you. And all of you would have been familiar with these names. You would have heard tales of them. Gorbag, your clan spent their existence historically tending to this area, tending to these graves tending to honoring all of these heroes, and now you're amongst them, and they look very distraught.
Well, his first emotion is kind of he looks at it, sees this, and gets kind of frustrated that these heroes are in this state, and then gets a little like, okay, this isn't good. So just gonna throw out a bunch of general questions like, do I what do I know about this? Should I know? Okay, we need to leave. Do I know how to calm them? What?
So you can select whatever strategy you might think might calm them, and we can roll appropriate ability checks.
Would my character know?
So your character
rights?
would definitely know. I mean, all of your characters would know these spirits. They would know the primal screamer, Urtriel, and her history of these primal screams, and Ganache would. I mean, you would definitely know that this druid channeled all this frozen rage, and that Clank, did everything he could to destroy wizards and such. And yeah, you would know that all of them have those characteristics, and that you would also know that they're probably upset because they've been here for hundreds of years away from their kin, and yeah, when they see you, they're not sure. You can tell they're not certain if just seeing an orc alone is calming them. Does not appear to.
Dudagog will cast Minor Illusion
Okay.
to try to help set them at ease.
Now, what's the illusion of?
It's just the sound of a hawk cry.
A hawk crying.
Well, if
Because
Greg is
one of the things I know that I know that the cry of a hawk sets. We don't have steel, but I think it might help set them at ease. Maybe.
Okay. So,
Worth a shot.
the Ganache in the north seems somewhat appeased by seeing this spirit animal, is what it's sort of interpreting this to be. Seems partially appeased, still seems a little bit distraught.
Well, if we're trying to appease them, you said the bottom left one was the screamer?
Yes.
I'm going to give it a shot. I will walk right up to it and just give my biggest battle roar at the Banshee.
Nice.
And hope it decides not to do that back at me.
And so you scream and roar at the Banshee, and the Banshee turns around, and you think it's going to scream back at you, and it just opens its arms and seems appeased.
Shul will walk in over to this chamber, and he falls to his knees at the tomb of Ganache, and wind starts to just swirl, like bits of cold wind, like in swirls around his arms as he pays
Nice.
homage.
And as the cold wind whips around Ganache, the white, you can tell that combined with the sight of the spirit animal has now appeased Ganache. And Ganache puts its arms to the air. Clank still seems distraught. Clank is the defiler of wizards.
Any of you a wizard?
Gorbag runs his finger down the edge of his
I'll
blade.
begin recounting some of the. I'll recount some of the tales and legends of Clank, which, as a bard and a member of the Song Trackers, surely I would know many
You
wonderful legends.
absolutely
and tales of
do.
Clank.
You absolutely do. And when you begin to recount these things,
Wide.
Clank's arms go up into the air, and it seems appeased. And each of them offer a gift. So Ganache offers up Frost Shock from its tomb, and that is a +1 Great Club to whomever would like it. Crafted from ice, it's been enchanted to never melt, regardless of temperature. So if anyone would like
Shul can't
Frost
actually wield
Shock.
that, so can anybody wield a Great Club?
Great Club's
Shul,
a
like,
simple weapon,
handles
right?
it reverently.
I think a great club is martial.
Yeah,
I
it is.
think.
I think it's only regular club that's simple.
Yep.
So you guys,
Shul's taking it?
No, Shul is like gingerly holding it, but he's just like as an artifact. He's not planning to use it right now, right? But you guys.
Actually, no, it is simple.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Alright.
two-handed simple weapon.
Well, maybe he will win. He doesn't know yet. He's just like he's speechless.
all right. Urtriel offers them a blessing, the entire party, if you are interested in the blessing.
Oh, do we know what the blessing is?
Sure.
So, as you read the runes along the wall, and Urtriel can't speak to you, but she's pointing to the runes and spelling out words, and the word is bless. So you can come back at any point if you'd like, and Urtriel will give you the benefit of the bless spell for 10 minutes. No concentration. So you may want to save that for an opportunity when you need it or whatever. Or you can
So
take
we
it now.
physically come here.
Yeah,
or-
she has to scream in your faces, and you will gain the benefit of the bless spell.
Nice.
She screams.
I like it.
And then Clank steps forward and bids you all to come within 5 feet of it. And he begins to trace the orc sign for power on the floor. And says if you touch this sign, it will give you great power. And what it does is it will give you advantage on your next attack roll, but it only works once per person. So you don't have to do it now, but if you do it now, your next attack roll has advantage.
Might do that.
Alright.
It's interesting. We don't know if we'll be back here often, or this is the last time we'll see it for a while.
Yep.
Seems like a place we'd want to come back to often.
Yeah.
A very sacred place.
If we definitely, and if we want to, if we find a nest of undead or something, we might come back here and get loaded up before we go fight them. If we can do that.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, so I'll hold on.
Alright, if anyone does take it, just let me know when you make that first roll. And then Clank goes back to his tomb and they all seem to stand proudly and fiercely staring at you from their perches above their tombs. And yeah, that is this area.
Before
So-
he leaves,
Yep.
Gorbag will invoke some kind of right that he knows from his clan that honors the dead, and bow and thump his chest and leave.
Nice. And they nod in appreciation, all three of them. In particular appreciation, because they recognize you as a Boneyard clan. So you have the northern chamber, and you have the two doors, north, one south, to the east. And it looks like we're going east.
Let's check out these first.
Alright.
Wanted to check out those books for sure.
So you enter this chamber, and so this first one that you walk up to, this first alcove, is bathed in a faint light, and on it you see the bust of Clank, Defiler of Wizards. There's books that have been defaced and they're all unusable, but the bust itself looks immensely pleased with itself. The bust septum is pierced with a pearl ring, and the pearl bears the sigils for consume and remove magic upon it. So two sigils. One says consume and the other says remove magic. And Gorbag. Never mind for now. All right. My apologies. So you see towards the center of the room, there's another alcove. There's actually, some of you can probably see all the way to the northern alcove also. And the central alcove is a bust of Urtriel, the Primal Scream. It stands on a small pedestal. As you draw closer to it, you can hear muted howling coming from her mouth. She wears a necklace made of carved igneous stones and opals.
Dudagog will carefully and gently try from the Clank bust and slowly to see if anything happens.
Alright.
So I'm not quite sure if this would be a good thing to take or if we should leave it alone. I don't know.
So you take the pearl
Yeah.
from Clank's...
Yeah.
Yeah, so Clank, the grin on the bust actually looks a little more pleased than it did before.
Sweet. And I will,
So
while we're moving around, I'll kind of try to figure out what this pearl is.
So you kind of realize that if you eat that pearl, you gain the effect of Dispel Magic
Oh, wow.
with a +7 to ability checks. If you can write that down, that would be really helpful. Yeah, so the central bust, like I said, bust of Urtriel, Primal Scream, stands on a small pedestal. As you get close, you hear the muted howling coming from her mouth. And she wears a necklace made of carved igneous stones and opals.
Well, if we're getting benefits from some of these, then I will do a similar attempt to remove the necklace carefully.
Okay, you can tell this is a very valuable necklace. It's worth 225 gold pieces. And the northern alcove from where you're standing, Gorbag, you can see the bust of Ganache, Tusk of the North, and it scowls from the wall. There's a thin layer of frost that covers the trophies that are kept here, which include human-crafted arrows, a silvered elven warhammer, a variety of gnomish polyhedral objects covered in numbers ranging from 1 to 20.
Because that's as high as we can count anyway.
Oh, if no one's gonna use that Warhammer, I'll grab it.
Alright. So you take the silvered elven warhammer. Okay. And in doing that, all of you, so the statue in the middle, as you took the necklace, its howls got just a little louder, and the scowl of the Tusk of the North, Ganache, on the northern wall, as you took from its hoard, its scowl grew even more scowly. And Gorbag, you recall.
Oh, go ahead.
You recall the words that were spoken on the door.
Then, when faced with glory, fortune, and faith, choose all three, accept no substitutes.
When you positively got to kill every. Anyway. Okay, and that's it. Oops, sorry, I paused it.
Through 20?
Okay.
What's the 1 through 20 gnomish thing?
The a variety of gnomish just objects, basically, covered in numbers ranging from 1 to 20.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave them there.
Yes, those are 20-sided die.
Excellent. Alright. Where to next?
So you have the door to the north. There's a hallway up to the north. So I guess there's this door. I'll focus over here, and you can see a corridor going north also.
Door first?
Yeah.
Door.
Everyone loves a good door.
We do. And the big reveal. Who's going to click it? Doesn't have to be the DM anymore.
Yeah, that part's actually really nice. Alright, so Gorbag, as you open this door, you see 4 pillars inside of this room. Each pillar, you can tell, is commemorating a significant victory in combat. So one of them, this one here, the one to the northeast, shows, or it depicts, orcs defeating a horde of ogres. The one to the northwest shows orcs defeating a beholder. One shows orcs. One of the southern ones shows orcs, an orc druid freezing dwarves in ice, and the last one shows an orc standing atop a pile of defeated wizards. As you kind of stand around, the pillars themselves seem unstable. To the west, there's a door that opens to, well, you're not sure, and there's 2 corridors, and if anybody, let's see here. Yeah, is there anybody who's proficient in religion?
Nope.
Not me.
I'm not.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Nobody knows anything. They appear to be hand-carved, that's all you can tell. The corridor to the north and the south that head west. And then there's that door that seems to... Did somebody try to open that door?
No, I was actually going to try to percept this door. Listen to the behind it, maybe investigate, see what it looks like.
Go ahead.
14.
Seems like a pretty standard door. You don't detect anything particularly special about it. But as you're looking at the door, do you try to open it?
It's got to look around. Yeah. Tries to open it.
Alright, you find it locked. And as you attempt to open the door, the pillars themselves start shaking violently, and out from them, as they crumble and the dust settles, you find yourselves amidst several undead that look angry. And let's move Shul out from... He kind of gets pushed aside by that beholder. And
Lovely.
now we're going to do some combat. So give me just a moment here. So you can roll your initiatives. Let me get rid of the double.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, why do I have a -1?
I don't know. How did you roll that?
Wait, what roll? There's like a little D20 next to my name in the combat tracker.
Yeah, that's weird. You shouldn't have that, right? What's your initiative? +2?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you get you get 3. Let's fix that. Okay. And we're gonna start. Everyone's in, right? Yeah. Voog.
Cool. I'm going to move over this corner here. The Echo's going to stand right over here. No, let's say right here. And I will attack the beholder with a great strike. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. And this will be -5, so 15.
15 hits.
For 22.
15 for 22.
Go again, same type of strike. Oh.
That
5.
is definitely a miss. You swing and miss by a mile, or your Echo does.
And then I will... Oh, that's it. That's my turn. Oh, I can press end turn.
Alright, so now this zombie is going to strike at... He's going to try to slam Gorbag. Maybe. Yep. 17?
17 on Gorbag.
I think that's a hit, unless you have something to reduce that.
Corback, you there?
You're muted if you're talking.
16.
So that's a hit.
Yep.
For 5 bludgeoning with its slam. And that's the zombie's turn. Dudagog.
I will cast Vicious Mockery on this zombie. I'll say, you us guys. And if I can get my spell pulled up, it's going slow.
The one right next to you, right?
It's a wisdom save.
Does it actually make it?
passed.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. It
Yikes.
sure did.
Okay, so nothing then, right?
Nah, nope.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay, so the this ogre is going to move up, and the ogre is going to slam the echo. Well, he's going to Morning Star the echo. 24 for 12. I assume that takes care of the echo.
How much damage? Yeah, it's gone.
Alright, and that's its turn. Gat, you're up.
Alrighty. Bonus action, 3rd level Shadow Blade. And then I will booming attack the beholder zombie.
Nice.
And let me add the
Thunder, right?
So it doesn't do
Yeah,
the piercing,
it'll be
it
another
just does the psychic?
thunder. I'm sorry?
It doesn't do the piercing, it just does the psychic? Is that
Yeah,
right?
it just does psychic, yeah. I couldn't
Okay.
get it to default
yeah.
the whole thing to one type.
Sure.
And then another 6 thunder.
Okay, so it takes the 9 and then the 6.
The 14 and the 6.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
No, the 23 and the 6.
Does it do 3d8?
When I cast it at a higher level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the level 3 is a 3d8 plus the 3 from the strength.
So it takes the 6 plus the 23?
Yeah, so it's all psychic. The 23 is psychic.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
the 23 is the psychic and the 6 is the thunder.
Got it. Yeah, so the beholder zombie is looking bloodied and a mess after that attack.
And I'm done.
Alright, so the zombie to the south is going to... What's the movement on it? 20 is all it gets. I guess it's going to dash over to Dudagog, and that's its turn. And Shul.
Shul looks up in the air and howls like a wolf and transforms into a dire wolf.
Okay, so if you look at your folder under
Ooh, there's a folder.
Actors Directory, top
Hang on.
right.
Is this on the right?
Yeah, Actors Directory, Players, Shul, Forms.
Players, Shul, Forms, Shul Wolf.
Yeah, you can drag
it
Shul
on.
Wolf out.
Let's see if I can drag this
Sounds like
out.
the new 80s
Does that not
TV
work?
show.
It's gone from my menu, but I don't see it on this. On the.
Alright,
You see it?
yeah, I see what's going on.
Should I drag it again?
I got it. It's having issues with the image for some reason, but
All right. I don't have vision either.
yeah, I can fix that.
All right, and I will make my bite attack while we're figuring this out against the beholder.
So, Shul is now kind of gone, and is
That's a 20 for 9. Pack tactics.
yeah. So that hits.
I still can't see anything as the dire wolf. It's all black.
All right, let
I
me
can
fix
see a
that.
Shul, though.
Has vision. Update token. Good.
Yep, good now. Thanks.
And you just
that's-
took. You hit it for 9.
Yeah, hit for 9.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep. I clicked.
And now the zombie is going to turn its attention to the wolf that has just formed next to it. And it's going to try to bite you.
Can I take this turn tracker, like, out?
Yeah, right
Yes.
click on it.
Yeah. Right click on the
Okay.
fist.
Oh, perfect.
So it tries to bite you, and it crits on the puppy
86.
Ouch.
for
33, still
33.
up.
And that's its turn.
Can I update my own hit points, or how does that work?
You should be able to. If you click the token, right click on the token, go to the bottom menu, negative.
Negative 33.
Yep.
Whoa.
And that's its turn. Beholder zombies up. Gorbag, you're up.
Alright, so I have my offhand still drawn with me, so I will bring out my main short sword, do a little jump up move, and bring both of them down simultaneously, trying to cut off some of the eye tendrils of this undead beholder.
Nice.
That is boom, short sword. Crit on the first one.
Wow.
So,
Yep.
what is
So
that?
it-
20 plus 16?
it's
36.
it is, and it's still up, but barely hanging by a thread.
23 from
And you
9.
could describe how that goes down.
Like I said, he jumps up in the air, bringing both swords down, cutting off probably about 7 of the eye stalks. And that first sword, his main hand, it followed through and went straight down into the back of its main body.
Nice.
And it just drops his flotation and hits the ground.
All right. Anything else?
That's it. It's my bonus action.
Voog.
I'm going to move over to here.
Did-
Here. What were you gonna say?
I was just checking if it had reached the ogre, but no. Okay, you're good.
Oh, yeah, that would have been bad. I will. Here. Okay, I'm going to. When I press that, can you guys see that? Like the box there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna strike hit the zombie with a feat hit. 11?
11 on the zombie is a hit.
For 23.
And you reduce this thing to shreds. It's barely hanging on, but it is hanging on.
Then I'm going to attack it again. As I bring the sword down, I'm gonna let it swing out and still hold it with one hand, and then I'm gonna punch him. For 9.
Okay, so you're...
Can you use my extra attack with unarmed strike?
I don't see why not. So is that
Okay.
that's what's going on? You're hitting it with your
Yeah.
unarmed strike?
Yeah.
9 for 5. Is that right? 5? And...
No, it's a straight 9.
Yeah, 5 damage.
9 to hit.
Oh,
Got it.
yes.
And now it has to... Con save.
Oh, 9 hit it?
Yeah, 9 hit it. And 5 plus the damage taken is the DC, so it's still up. Is that right? Yeah, that is right.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why zombies are annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will
And I should have done that in the other one, but I forgot, so oh well.
A bonus action, put the echo right here.
Okay.
And then I'll just move over right here.
Okay. So after taking that hit from you, it's going to try to slam you. And 20
Oh, that hits.
for 3 bludgeoning.
Oh, so much.
And that's its turn. And now, Dudagog.
What's gonna do? I'm not gonna do now. Viciously mock the one that's almost dead next to me, saying, "See, I told you you were a piece of junk. You stink."
For psychic, and so it's now making, and it passes that one too. It's still up with 1 hit point.
But I didn't see the roll, but I'll believe you. Easy. And it's my turn.
Alright. Ogre Zombie sees another Voog. And is going to try to Morningstar it. 25 for 15 on the second Voog. Which has taken a lot of hits for people.
Yeah.
And so has the direwolf. So, Gat, you're up.
Alrighty, I will move up to the ogre and attack
God, that was assaulting my ears.
And it'll be a booming hit.
Shul is the direwolf, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I'm assuming a 20 hits. Then it's
A 20 does hit. Yeah.
17 psychic for stun.
Okay. And also add the 4, right?
Yep. For booming.
Yep. And okay. Now the standing zombie is going to try to slam on Dudagog. 12 for 3. Miss, right?
Yep.
Shul. Shul is now the wolf.
Takes a big bite out of the ogre zombie. 13 for 10.
That hits.
Alright, it's got to actually succeed on a DC 13 strength save or be knocked prone.
It succeeds.
Easily.
Stands up to it.
Shul's turn.
And Gorbag.
I'm gonna have to slice at this zombie right next to me. 13 for big attack.
Forever.
So 45.
And that I don't think it's ever gonna make. So it is finally down.
Cleave its head, you know, and then move up right there and take my offhand at the ogre. 15 for 5.
That connects, and you jab it in the calf, and it wails slightly, if you can slightly wail. And is that your turn?
Yep.
All right, Voog.
Oh, back at it. I'm going to strike at this zombie with a great weapon master. So 15.
Yep, that
Or
hits.
26.
And it needs to. There's no way. And it's down.
Nice.
can describe how that happens. And
I'm just gonna cut it sideways and watch the half of the body just fall backwards.
nice.
And then he's gonna move up to this guy and strike him with also a Great Weapon Master hit. 18
Yep. Connects.
for 24.
Wow. That's quite the blow, and it's starting to look very rattled.
Let's do it again with the bonus action for 14.
Yeah, that hits by a mile.
25.
And it needs to... Does it have a chance on this? No. And so you can describe how this happens.
Oh. He's going to, let's see, go from the leg up the body, all the way out through the arms so that its body slides diagonally off of it.
And that is the end of combat. And as that happens, you hear the doorway to the west. As it falls to the ground, you hear the doorway to the west click. And the door itself opens.
That's the key. I get it.
And inside here, you see a statue at the end of this hallway. Stands a mighty orc leader. Unfortunately, none of you recognize this orc leader. Its name's been lost to history. But the statue here wears leather +1 and wields a silvered battle axe. Would anyone like to don this stuff?
Well, I could take the +1 leather if nobody else.
Go for it.
All yours.
Won't change my AC, but magic's better than mine. So.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'll take that.
And if
Shul's
no
gonna
one-
transform back into Shul. I don't know how to get rid of the direwolf.
Got it.
I'll take the silver battle axe if no one wants to use it.
Go ahead.
I got this great club I'm trying to figure out.
Alright.
Shul's gonna take off his shield and try to give like a quarter swing with the great club, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a little one.
Tee one up, just to see.
Corbeck steps away.
Okay.
Watch it.
And that's it in this room. You don't notice anything else. So what's left are, there's a hallway up to the north. And that's about it.
Can you emote in this?
You can.
Yeah. Same way as Roll20, the EM.
I'm curious what it does. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's just EM.
Nice. Ooh, where are you going, guys? Oh, okay, I see it.
So you enter this, you start walking into this very large chamber here. Gat and all of you, you might as well enter. Yeah, there's nothing going to happen here. So you walk into this massive chamber, and pause.
Seems to be a lot up ahead.
Hold on a second. Luckily, I have that ability, unlike in Roll20.
That's like the anti-Andrew button.
So you enter a massive chamber, some 30 feet wide and longer than you can see. Vaulted ceilings go up some 50 feet or so. Pillars line the centerway, evenly spaced, and the walls themselves are covered in carved murals depicting what appears to be ancient orc history unfolding. There's broken tables and benches everywhere, and they're covered in cobwebs and dust. The room itself is awe-inspiring and clearly important to your kind. Curious, though, is a figure some 200 feet away, a young female orc holding a chair leg that is emanating bright light, seemingly studying the walls, and she didn't seem to notice you until right about now, but prior to that, somebody roll either a history or religion, and actually you can probably all roll on this because I know just how awful everyone's intelligence is. Pick one and roll on it. Wow, look at that. We have some...
Can you focus ping?
Yeah. You want me to focus ping?
Yeah, I started to check out how big the map is, and now I'm stuck on a black screen.
Oh.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay. Okay.
Looking to the west.
So those of you who rolled above a 15, or 15 or higher, so Shul and Vug, you both notice that these walls form a chronology. Beginning from the south wall where you entered, and it seems to progress from there. But as you enter and you guys get pretty close, the orc at the other end of the hallway, or in the center of the hallway, turns to you and pulls out this table leg that she's holding, and it's glowing light, like there's light emanating off of this table leg. And she growls, and you can see her fangs. And then when she realizes that you're orcs, she kind of calms down, and she's appears to be a teenaged orc. And she's kind of freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, please don't tell my parents I'm here. They have no idea. I told a little lie. I swear it was just a little lie, but I had to see this with my own eyes, and I can't believe it. All of it. I mean, do you understand this mural?" And some of you actually do, but you can either humor her, or yeah. The rest of you don't, so those who don't, maybe humor her.
So she's an orc.
She's an orc. Teenaged orc.
We'll
What does it mean to you, young one?
Yeah.
She's like,
"This is important place."
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. And she walks up, and she seems like way more eloquent than your average orc. And like I said, she's got this chair leg that's glowing, emanating light. And
shield our eyes from it.
She walks up and she starts pointing to this end of the room. She's like, this is where it started. She's like, this here, and she's pointing to some of the mural. She's like, this is a depiction of a small group of orcs that arrived. Look how they look displaced, and they look primitive, and she's like, this was the first of us. And as you go along, she starts saying, this is our written history here. And then she starts pointing to another section a little further down. She's like, you can see a bunch of migrants arriving here. You can see, if you read these right, you can see communities forming in these depictions. She's like, here, look, there's mergers. You can see here a couple rifts. There's definitely wars with other clans and communities, but you can see it kind of growing. She's like, look, and you can see these leaders, and she's pointing along the wall. Some of them rise, some of them fall. She's like, this one here, this one's really interesting. And she's pointing to one, and at this point you're much further down in the hall as she's kind of going on, and she's pointing to some of these, and not here exactly. You're more like down here, and she's like, this one's really interesting. And you can tell he's the hero in this mural, and he's the hero in this mural. And she's pointing to different ones. She's like, and he's definitely the instigator over here, and he's the instigator over here. And she's like, and here you can see him leading orcs to slaughter against all these elves. And here he's doing it again. And she says, this is brave, but frivolous, I would say. I mean, they met their match. They should have never fought these fights. And
what is life without challenge?
as you say that, she sort of, her like eyes roll in the back of her head, and then they quickly return like nothing happened, and she says, "That's Kurgane Bloodsplatter. He was an Overlocks, and the losses depicted are insane." She's like, "This doesn't do justice to how many orcs died." And eventually, like, you keep going along the wall, and she goes all the way down the hall, and then back up along the north wall, pointing out different moments in history. And eventually you end up right back where you started, but facing the north wall. And she starts to describe it. She's like, "Look, this is a healer, a leader. And this healer is surrounded by other healers." And then all of a sudden her eyes kind of roll back again, and then return. And she's like, "It's Hinsha. That's Hinsha. And these are the military massing. And these wargs, they're being suited for battle. They're preparing for something serious. More serious than anything else on these walls." And then it ends abruptly. She's like, "Whatever it was, they never came back here to immortalize what happened." She's like, I think this is where we lost the place." Anyway, she kind of shakes her head. And somebody do like an insight check.
What's the password again?
I'll
Sorry.
get it.
Orc
Power.
Power.
Voog, you don't really pick up on it, but Gorbag, you definitely do, and so do you, Dudagog. You've seen the eye thing she's doing before. You've seen it in diviners.
Sure, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soothsayers and diviners, and you believe that someday she'll be gifted with a title like the Listener or Ghostwalker or others that you may have heard before. And you can tell that what she's doing, she doesn't even realize it. She doesn't know. And this thirst for knowledge and the apparent arcane touch that she has, maybe a divine touch, it's apparent to you. You're not so sure how apparent it is to her, but she's very young.
I'll tell her an abbreviated story of one of our legendary seers and point to her forehead while I'm telling her that.
Nice.
So you have this gift.
And she almost seems embarrassed a little bit. I mean, orc kind is not generally too keen on the arcane, but the divine, that's a different story. But she sees it almost as a curse at this point. And she's sort of like, you can tell she's flattered from what you said, but also like flustered. She doesn't like to make much note of that. But then
Shul says,
"Blessings of Utris, we are all cursed."
and cast guidance on her.
Nice. And she feels comforted by that. Like, okay, they're not gonna, one, tell on me, two, see me differently as a result of my gift. But she doesn't express any of that. In fact, she tries to divert this attention she's getting, and she walks over. She's like, "Come see this." And she walks over here. And up to the north on this wall up here, she points to this doorway. It's an odd doorway. She's like, "I've been trying to figure this out. I'm not really sure what's going on. The door is locked. I can't seem to open it. There's no door handle. There's no keyhole. There's nothing. But I can't get in. And this door's got like 2 or 3 orcs side by side with their backs to you. And you try to shove it open, but it doesn't go. So it's 3 orcs side by side with their backs facing you, so you can, but they're clearly standing together. And she turns around and she's like, I don't know, but then she points to the wall to the south. And the wall to the south, here you see another mural, and she says, "See this?" She's like, I think this is a cautionary tale." And on the mural is like a battle being fought between community members themselves. There's lying, there's backstabbing, there's manipulation. Families are being driven out, killed even in this particular section of the wall. Areas of the city are destroyed. She's like, this is obviously a warning to us not to repeat this. I feel like our ancestors, and her eyes roll back and they come back. Our ancestors want us to move away from this. So you're all kind of facing this here, looking at it as she's describing it.
This brings dishonor upon Luthik.
She nods. It does.
Orcs should not hurt. Makes sense to me.
Foog motions for someone to stand between them.
I'll be right back.
Cat. Foog looks away from the door. Are you looking at the wall, or are you looking at the door?
We're all looking at the wall.
The south wall, yeah.
Okay. So nothing happens.
We all turn around.
Yeah,
As you
we all
turn
face the same
around.
direction, right?
Yes, as everyone turns around, you hear a click, and the door opens. And she's like, "That's it! That's it! Our ancestors want us to move away from that and stand together." And as you start to enter into the room, she says, I'm not coming with you. I'm going to study here more, and then I have to get home. But it was a pleasure meeting you all.
Be safe, be strong.
She nods. You as well. And so you enter into this area. And let's see. What do you see? You see there's a doorway, or what appears to be a chamber. So this area is all like carved tunnel and dirt floor. You see a doorway to the northeast leading into what appears to be a chamber, and then you see carved tunnel heading northwest. And I need to remember what I'm up to. So the doorway to the east is open, and as you kind of walk over there, you notice this appears to be some kind of a vault. And when you walk in, Voog, or you didn't quite walk in, your echo did. So can you see through your echo? I assume so, right?
I don't know. It doesn't really say.
It's interesting.
So I'd have to look it up. I'm not for sure.
Got it. Well, at least you throw him in there, and he doesn't end up getting eaten by anything. So that's one use. Gorbag, you can see and Voog, both of you can tell that this appears to be some kind of a storage vault. The door's been smashed in. You'd have to get closer to do any more sort of looking around, but
Go back. We'll skulk up in here.
all right. So you walk in. Yeah.
Is it just coincidence that looks like a thing? Or is that an...
No. Okay. Yeah, you can see that. No, that's not coincidence. You see a corpse over there with a beautiful cloak standing over or on it. from where you are, and let me just see what else Gat can see. Yeah, you see that and maybe a couple other bones around. Looks to be skeletal. Gorbag, inside that room, you see this was a vault. This had treasure, but as you kind of look around, there's like spear shafts and decayed cabinets, and the only thing of value you find in here is some mason's tools.
He like picks up the tools, kind of empties them out all over the floor. Looks through stuff. Figures that there's nothing of note in here, and turns around and walks out.
Are you keeping the mason's tools?
No, he dumped them all over the floor and just
Okay.
left.
Okay, so in the hallway here, yeah, so you definitely see some. As you get a little closer, Gat, you can see bodies.
Death ahead.
You see death. You see. I can describe it in more detail here. This cavern is empty, but as you get even closer, you see a tarnished greatsword lying on the ground, as well as the bodies of 8 adventurers in various stages of decomposition. 3 appear to be somewhat mummified, and 5 look skeletal. Clearly this was some kind of party that came in here to raid something. One of them still wears a cloak. Anyone? Let's get some nature checks.
There sure are a lot of intelligence checks.
I know.
Thinking that.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nobody notices anything in particular. So yeah, you see this. Besides, the obvious, there's a beautiful greatsword on the ground. Well, tarnished, but impressive-looking greatsword lying on the ground. Clearly, a greatsword that could only be wielded by an orc, due to how massive that sword really is.
That's what makes it great.
I'll take a look at the first body. That's the one with the cloak.
Yeah. Okay. You want to in medicine or investigate? I'm not sure what you're looking to. You tell me what you want to find out about it. The cloak itself, maybe?
Yeah, the cloak itself. I don't care about the body.
Got it. So
The dead are dead.
you reach down and you start poking at the cloak, and it comes alive, but it doesn't do anything. It just flaps up and is flying in front of you, but it's not doing anything.
Can we hand it the sword?
Strange.
Try to hand the sword to it.
So as you reach down to pick up the sword, you notice a skull rise from the ground, and the skull itself begins to speak. As you touch it, it may not have known your intent. You dare interfere with the Fang Trust eroding one's treaty? Inter it in its rightful place. And how do you respond? So you've got this great sword.
Yeah, I'll say its rightful place is in my hands. The hands of the Watchful Tower. Or it's the Watchful Eye, sorry. Watchful Eye.
The who I am again?
Watchful something something.
And it says, "It is not." And any other commentary?
What is it? It's just a great sword?
Yeah, it says, "I will show you its rightful place."
I'll put it back down.
Okay, so you put it back down,
And see what it
and
does.
it sort of motions over in this direction. Bring it.
Oh. Okay, pick it back up.
And it comes down into this area down here. And so you walk into this area, and it's a natural cave, has a dirt floor with a noticeable divot where the dead adventurers appear to have dug this weapon up ages ago. Let's do another round of good old history or religion checks. I know how much you will love those.
Oh, by the way,
wow.
the echo. I can't see or hear through it until a higher level,
Okay, alright.
and it's an object, not a creature, so you can't sneak attack next to it.
Interesting. Okay, so here you clearly you know that this location contains weapons that were buried as a part of a treaty. Digging them up is a very bad omen for the aligned groups, which in this case were the Fang Trust and the Eroding Ones.
That's
You
none
can-
of us.
If you rebury it, you feel as if though this particular weapon, if you rebury it, you feel as if though there will be no more hostilities. But you also know there's a lot of other weapons in this area from these treaties that may be under this dirt.
I'd say rebury it. Orcs must stand together. There are plenty other weapons.
Is that the vote?
We bury it. Put
Alright.
it in the ground.
So you do so, and you see the flame skull fly into the hole after it, right before you start putting, and the cloaker. They both fly into the hole as you place the sword inside, and seemingly wanting to be with the weapon. They clearly are some kind of guardians for it. And you rebury it, and they go on their happy way. To the west, you notice a passageway that leads uphill.
What's this way? Another room.
So as you go further here, you notice there's iron gates, bars coming down from the ceiling, blocking passage to that way. Also to the west, you notice a large pool of water.
I'm going to make my what is this called? The echo go away.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a new one on the other side of the bars.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna switch places with it.
Alright. So you are on the other side of the bars. And there's nothing really here. You do, as you kind of keep going that way, you notice another set of bars over here that you presume lead back exactly where you were. You see a doorway to the south. Now, Gat and Shul, you see something interesting up ahead. There's it appears to be some type of a hot spring over in this area, and water's bubbling up from the bottom of this cove. It slopes to a depth of like 10 feet or so. Cold water drips from the ceiling, causing a steam cloud to hover over the surface of the stone and pool. The water isn't stagnant, and a slow current carries it out into a adjoining tunnel. The cave itself is covered in bright paintings, and they're multicolored, faded, flaked, and you all know that this is an orc site for wedding ceremonies. partners would be united within these waters. There's like stairways going down to the water. Voog, you see that door? Did you open it? Yeah. So that takes you back into that mural room that depicts the history of your kind.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna switch back.
Okay, so you switch back, and
You said this water's not too deep.
it's about 10 feet deep at best. So then we'll put. I assume you're gonna dismiss it again or something.
Yeah, I'll dismiss it and bring it back to it.
All right. Yeah. Would anyone like to enter the pool?
Gorbag's gonna hop up on the wall and start walking across the wall.
There's a door up here.
Yeah, I'll
Shul
go
says.
in the pool.
So Gat goes in the pool. Gorbag, are you in the pool or are you not? You're on the walls.
I'm like 10 feet above the water level.
Okay. Shul, are you going in or are you staying on the coast?
Shul's
there?
on the shore.
So as you kind of proceed there, Gat, you see Dudagog, you just walked in. So Gat and Dudagog, you both willingly entered the pool together.
So now we're married.
We're married. Oh shit.
You receive the benefits from the wedding mode of the ceremony spell. For the next 7 days, you gain a +2 to your AC while you're within 30 feet of each other.
Alrighty then.
The beautiful
Well,
couple.
That's good. Nice.
Shul feels a bit jealous and looks back at Boog.
Shall we tie knot?
Takes a step in.
I'm gonna shake my head and walk away.
Shul looks at his staff and says,
Snack.
So,
So that's 7 days, so it's good through the 16th of Myrtle? I mean, the 26th of...
26th.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
You're making such a big deal about having a calendar on there, actually. Probably.
I should be not pausing it too, so I'm going to advance it a bit because you've been here for a while and I had it on pause the whole time. Okay. So, from here you can see a bridge overhead, and the water runs underneath it. You can kind of see in the distance some large rock formations in the center of this massive pool of water. The water continues to get deep, though, like very deep, to the point where you're already swimming because you're in 10 feet of water at this point.
Is this bridge like something we could climb up to, or is it like above us?
It's above you, quite a ways above you, like probably 30 feet up. This is a very large cavern this opens up into. And
When I get up there, I can get up there with a rope and, haul everybody else up. Or get the strongest one of us up there with a rope, and he can haul us up there. That would be better.
Yep.
If we want to go
also
up there.
got somebody
back.
who can walk on walls.
Gorbag's walking
true.
up to the bridge.
Oh, that's even better. I don't have to use a spell to do that.
Alright, so Gorbag, you're up on the wall, on the bridge. To the south, you believe you kind of go back into that central room where your history was. There's a hallway also to the south, and to the west is another passage.
Is there anything through this little tributary thing?
It continues on, but it looks to leave essentially the city.
Okay.
So what's
We've
the
got
plan?
a couple of different ways.
There's a lot of ways. So just to kind of recap, you've got the direction to the west here. You've got this direction. So I assume Voog just got helped up on the, or you're still in the water down below the bridge.
Oh, this is how far is that?
It's like 25, 30 feet up, so you're probably still down the water.
Somebody lower
No,
a
okay,
rope.
I'll echo.
Okay, you're doing the echo jump to get up there.
Yeah.
So to summarize, you've got this direction to the west from the top of the bridge. You've got the southerly direction. You've got actually way back here in that room, there was a doorway to the south. And you've got the waterway to the southwest.
Well, and there was a door up here too.
There was, and I'll tell you that just is leaving the city. Anything kind of northward from this point is sort of heading out. But just to make life easier, I'll let you know.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I have 50 feet of rope if you guys want to climb up. And then we can go back to the other room, or we can go wherever you guys want.
What are you waiting for? Give me rope.
I kind of want to scout the water a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
But nobody has to with you.
We splitting the party?
No.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I'm gonna do something cool. I'm gonna put my echo down there. Then I'm gonna jump off, and before I hit the ground, I'm gonna switch with it.
Looks like the party is heading south. Okay, so except
Gorbag
for
jumped
Gorbag?
off.
Oh, Gorbag's gonna jump off. All right.
Jumps off and Spider-Man's onto the wall.
All right.
Okay, this is much bigger than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. So we're gonna pause so I can get to where I need to get. While you guys race down here. Let's see.
I like that pause function.
Yeah, me too. It's so helpful. Okay. Do we have Watchful Eye member? We do.
We do. I am of the Watchful Eye,
All right.
not the Watchful Tower.
So this cavern is a marriage of natural rock formations and exquisite feats of masonry. A series of floor-to-ceiling pillars rise from the dark water and stretch into the cavern far beyond your sight. Sounds of flowing water echo through this room. Some of you start to kind of recognize that there's something special about these columns. And the cavern is full of 20-foot deep running water that flows via several off-map sources that you can't really see. You've seen one of them. There's also a stream of water that flows downwards towards the south, which you can kind of sense that the movement of the water is heading south, but you can't quite see it yet. As you went beyond, so I'm going to move some of you back a bit.
Are we swimming right now?
You are swimming.
Yep.
Except for Gorbag, I think, is walking on the wall still.
Yep.
Are you doing that with a special boots or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
The slippers of spider climb.
Awesome.
So Voog, you need to make a Dex savings throw. Okay. You find yourself caught in a net, and you are now restrained. And as this kind of happens, you see a bunch of creatures swim up to the surface.
Nice.
And
the net. Wait, so I'm in the water, so the net, I get caught in the net?
yeah, you're
And
caught in the net.
Am I like sinking, or am I just like floating there?
Well, you're just struggling on the surface on this net. You're not drowning or anything. You're just immobilized.
I'm gonna immediately switch, but it can be an initiative.
Okay. Yeah. So they pop up out of the water, and
Oh, you said restrained. Never mind, I can't switch if I'm restrained. It takes 15 movement.
interesting. Sorry, I didn't think we would get this far tonight, so I need to do a little reading quick. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so they pop up out of the water, and one of them starts speaking. And does anyone speak Undercommon?
No.
Nope.
No.
So it's talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and finally it realizes that nobody understands, and she looks frustrated, and she casts a spell on herself, and and then she starts.
Spelling that, but
What's that?
said I thought about counter spelling it, but they don't seem to be fighting, so it's alright.
And then she says, "You not hear me whole time?
No.
I speak, I speak, I speak. None of you say nothing. I no understand. Why you not say, hey, no understand you? Whatever.
We understand you now.
Are you here?
Understand us?
Yes. Are you here to hurt us? What you here for?
Reclaim orc history. Glory. Orc honor.
Be friends? Good or?
Okay by me.
Do we know what these things are?
They look like
they look
fish
like
faces or
fish faces.
Yeah,
Yes,
they look
fish
fishies.
creatures. And I'm not sure if you would. Some of you may have encountered these things in the past. If we friend. No fight.
good.
And you start to see you see these sharks kind of circling in the water, and she kind of waves a hand, and the sharks disappear. They kind of run off deep into the water, and we be ashore, and they kind of head south,
Did
swimming.
you see that, Shoal? That big fish? That was cool. Could you be with big fish like that?
I tell you a story sometime. A shark we found.
Oh, okay.
All right. So to the south, in this chamber, you see a series of pillars, and
We'll help Voog free himself.
Is the net like on the ceiling, or is it dropped on him? Like,
it was in the water. Didn't happen to notice as you were swimming through it. But yeah, you take the time to help him and wrestle yourself out of this. So you see a lot of these pillars inside of this cavern, and as you kind of look at them, you start to see that these are definitely orcish symbols that are carved into them. And I think this would not be a bad place to call it a session. If you guys are okay with calling it a session
Sounds
here.
good to me.
That's fine.
I could use some
Yep.
preparation on this area. You're not supposed to be here. But that's okay. Not even supposed to be here today.
Sorry.
No.
Gorbag's gonna have a headache. Hang it upside down for the next whatever.
I see some shore up ahead.
Yeah, you're all gonna spend a good amount of time swimming. So this took longer than I thought it would take. It's a huge dungeon, and this is only one of the two massive maps, and you've covered like not even half of it yet. So I don't know how many sessions it would be to do this whole thing. I'm guessing at this point it's like 4 sessions.
It's fine. We can stretch
That's
it
fine.
out as long as we need to.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right, so we're
I
playing.
kind of figured a
Yeah.
orc bard would be somewhat ineffective, and I was correct. So.
You think that, but your moment of glory has yet to come.
There was a clutch bane that I remember. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that helped a bit.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Got to make sure I focus on the support and not trying to deal the damage myself, because that would be pretty pitiful.
Yeah, I have that problem with one of my druids, actually.
No.
I keep thinking that I'm some DPS monster, but it's about more than that sometimes. So, anyways, cool.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for doing that.
Cool. Thanks.
Is there an item in the D&D Beyond for that pearl, or should I just put something in there for it?
For the pearl, there would not be. That's a pretty
Okay.
special item
Just-
that I would just mark down its effects, right? And which were
Eat it to gain the Dispel magic with a +7 to your check.
that's right. Yeah.
But the
Cool.
great club I've been reverently holding.
That's a +1 great club.
Alright.
Frost Shock is a +1 great club. Yes. So that should be in there.
I didn't see it, but
Interesting.
I will look more.
It doesn't have any extra things to it. It's just like
Plus
flavored.
Oh yeah, I
text.
can get a
Great
Yeah.
club
great
+1.
club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it'd just be a regular Great Club +1 made of ice.
Made of ice. Yeah, a little bit of badass
Heart
flavor.
of a glacier. Yeah.
So can you use that? You can.
It is simple.
It's-
Yes, it's a simple two-hand.
Right. Is it useful to you?
I mean, it's kind of symbolic, but the staff is.
Oh,
similar
that's
to
right.
it.
That's right.
The
Interesting.
staff I can use with a shield, so we'll see.
Right. Fun. Yeah, you chase the owlbears away too.
Leave them out there to watch the door for us.
Right. Tackle anything that comes in. Oh, and I was going to send you the YouTube link to